welcome to Portage County Matters. I'm Patty Dreier, Portage County Executive. So glad to have you with us. We have a jam-packed show. We're going to talk about 4th of July and the Riverfront Rendezvous during this show with Tom Schrader, the Director of our Parks and Recreational Services here in the city of Stevens Point, our county seat. We'll get to that in a few minutes. I've got some important updates first. Let's start with this. We need foster homes in Portage County, and I know that we've got these foster parent heroes in our county who are operating something like 44 foster homes for us, critical to giving kids a safe harbor while we figure out the rest of the picture in order to help reunite them with their families, as we do in, I think it's 77% of the cases in Portage County. But anyway, we really need foster homes badly, badly right now. We've got over 90 children in out-of-home placements. And I just learned today that we need families who are willing to take in adolescents, as always, but we're also interested in families that can take in little ones, really little ones, as in a year old or under a year, some toddlers and so on and so forth. So please, if you can be a foster family, you think that you're interested in learning more about that, please give our office a call and we'll get you connected with Ray Shabilsky over at our Department of Health and Human Services and all of his wonderful staff who are working to train and license families for foster care in Portage County. Another thing I wanted to offer you was some news about the State of the County speech. Way different topic for sure. On July 15th, I'll be delivering the Portage County State of the County speech. It's a statutory requirement that Portage County execs do that. And so I'll be delivering that speech on the 15th in the county courthouse at 5 p.m. or thereabouts during the county board meeting that night. If you would like to attend, I hope that you'll make time in your day to do that. If you can't, you'll be able to watch that speech on video, just like we can the other county board meetings. Or if you'd like to get a copy of the narrative, you can do so at the county's website. It'll be available very, very shortly after that speech. The theme of the speech is a very important theme. It's the theme of groundwater. It's the precious groundwater upon which we depend for our entire lives here, for our whole livelihood across our county and of course the country. And it's also just at the center of a healthy and vibrant community. And so we've got to put groundwater front and center, and that's what I plan to do in that speech. I wanted to share with you an award that Portage County's received, and I love this. This is really a cool one. The Walk Wisconsin event, as you know, was held on June 7th this year, and Portage County was honored with the Spirit Award. The Spirit Award was given to recognize an individual or organization that embodies the spirit of the event. Now, this is fabulous. Of course, here in Portage County, we just passed the bike ped plan, bike and pedestrian plan for Portage County planning purposes in our future. Of course, I personally support the idea of walking and hiking and bicycling, and have led bicycle rides and have hiked. I walk nearly every single day, and I know so many of us do. It's about a healthier lifestyle and a better future for all of us. So thank you to Walk Wisconsin for leading the way and for your Spirit Award. It was stupendous. The other part of the news I wanted to offer you was related to Farm Technology Days. I've talked about it before. It's getting closer. We're under 50 days till the event here. This week, as of the taping of the show, we had just hosted a media day for state media organizations to come to Portage County and learn about what we've got planned for the event. Farm Technology Days will be held, as you may remember, on August 12th through 14th at Blue Top and Feltz Family Farms in the town of Plover at the intersection of County H and R. And yes, County R will be open and ready to go. We have an incredible event planned. We're almost booked up for all exhibits, and we're already booked up as far as hotels and motels go in our particular area. We're already booking out into the Marshfield area as of late June in the taping of this show. On Media Day, we had about 120 people attend, very well attended. We had the Secretary of the Department of Ag come in and join lots of us in celebrating all the hard work that's gone into this for the last 3 years as we get set for our big event. We tested the food from the event. We learned about what kinds of volunteer tasks are still needed. We learned about the farm tour, and we helped to shape the best farm tour that we could imagine. We tasted king cone ice cream cone and helped to choose the best flavors for the event. And the rest is history here in the making. We've got a great need for volunteers, and if you are not already volunteering for this event, the time is now to get connected. You can contact Amanda at our UW Extension office. She's at 715-343-6286, and she will be happy to connect you with the right kind of volunteer opportunity that will work for you. We've got needs at the admissions entrances of the event. We've got 6 different entrances. We've got folks that will be coming in 6 different entrances for Farm Technology Days to give you an idea how large it's going to be. If our dairy breakfast numbers on June 21st at Feltz Farms are any indicator, that was a record of 4,600 people that were served breakfast that day. We're expecting between 60 to 80,000 people at this event, and so we need your help. Those that I talked to related to the grounds and development of all of the Tent City ground area, this is an incredible thing. We need people who have skills, who will be putting posts in for all of the fencing that needs to happen. We'll have to wood chip the entire grounds and then clean it up when we're done. We're going to have to manage all the recyclables, all the waste during the event, and lots of the other logistics related to the grounds. That's a huge area of need, and I know that we need it in parking. We need so much other help. So please step up at 343-6286 and let us know what you would like to do for the Farm Technology Days. This is an historic event for our community, and it's going to be very exciting to pull it all together and to make it happen and to be such great ambassadors for our whole state of Wisconsin through this event. Capital improvement planning is the other item I wanted to bring up during the Portage County Matters show here. And that is something I've talked with you about before. We've got a capital improvement plan. It's a plan that is a 6-year plan. And in the first year, it's our capital budget part of the plan. And we're going through the process now. It's a chance for you to weigh in on what you think are important capital improvement projects for our future. These are multi-million-dollar or, oftentimes multi-million-dollar initiatives. So you need to step up and voice your ideas about this future, for it does impact our entire long-range plan for the county, and it certainly affects our taxes in the county as we do the right things to steward our way forward. The capital improvement plan process is one that's misunderstood, I think, by some. And I wanted to read for you a very short article that is part of an electronic newsletter that gets sent out to all county board supervisors, all county employees, and all municipalities in the county, all 27 municipalities. It tells you about the process, and I think it's better than I could describe it in an impromptu fashion here in the show. So I'd like to read this to help you understand what we're talking about when we talk about this important kind of planning. Capital improvement projects then are defined as non-recurring capital assets costing $25,000 or more, and which have a relatively long period of usefulness. They're investments in our future, things like bricks and mortar, higher cost equipment, and property. Portage County has the 6-year capital project planning horizon, with the first year constituting the capital budget. First, I want you to know that our CIP, our capital improvement plan, is just that, a plan. And until funds are appropriated for the plan, it's just that, it's ideas and visions. So it's your time to shape those ideas and visions. The goals of the capital improvement planning process are to then maintain our capital assets in good repair, like existing buildings and structures, to provide justification and accountability for every capital expenditure, to achieve operational efficiencies, to support long-range financial planning and ensuring the affordability and debt and tax considerations. We want to make sure that we keep our debt planned into the big picture to keep taxes as level as we can in Portage County going forward. Every year, an update to our CIP takes place to reflect changing needs and priorities. In February, a window opens for department heads to begin to plan for revising the current plan that we have in place, and then also looking beyond the years that they had planned for previously. The CIP forms are completed, they're passed on to my office, and I might ask for clarifications or revisions, or for units, for departments to work with each other on capital projects, as I did this year between the highway and the sheriff's office, that each had submitted projects, but they needed to be integrated with each other. Projects are submitted and discussed with the oversight committees of the county board. And basically then again, I'm assembling a capital plan to present to the CIP committee. This is all about shaping the plan and evaluating what's in the pipeline, how they may or may not still rank in light of the new planning year. Some projects may be deleted, other ones may be shifted in the timeline, they may be revised, new projects may be submitted. And what we're trying to do is, by late May or early June, the county exec then makes a presentation to the CIP committee. That committee is chaired by the county board chair, and it has other members that are from CIP relevant committees, such as planning and zoning and finance and space and properties. After I make my presentation, then it's time that the process continues then through the CIP committee's input process. They get to shape it further. They get to listen to your input. They get to then shape a plan, finalize it, and present it to the county board in August, where it then becomes, when it's adopted, essentially a placeholder for budget and financial planning purposes for then if we need to borrow, we're looking forward to what kind of borrowing we're going to need to make. Where's the public input in this again? You have provided input to me all through the year through various kinds of listening sessions and other public meetings, as you've done for other county board supervisors. But there are still other opportunities to weigh in. If you'd like to take a look at the proposal that I made for the capital plan, you can do so at the county's website. Go to the departments and find the finance department. Then you can see the proposed plan there. In that book of many projects, you're going to find 3 specific projects that I want to highlight to you now, very, very briefly. One of them is a solar renewable energy project. It's a concept and design for a new project vision that would reduce Portage County's carbon footprint with a vision of capturing revenue from renewables that we can then put toward offsetting the cost of the annual cost of our electricity and natural gas in Portage County facilities. That's about $700,000 a year, as I've shared with you, as I've reported on the Strategic Energy Management Plan before. So it's a big deal for us to look at how can we offset these operating expenses over time using renewables, and I'd like to see that we set a goal to do that and get the ball rolling. That's one for your response and for you to continue to shape along with the county board. Another one, a new healthcare center. We've talked about this nearly every show, I swear, for years. And I've now submitted a revision of a past CIP project that had been submitted. This revision now says to build a new one versus build or remodel the current center. The reason I chose to pull the remodeling part away from this capital project planning idea is because of the recent Schenck report that was completed last October in 2013. The estimated cost of a new healthcare center for long-term care in Portage County is $20 million, and there are great opportunities to work in partnership with others and to also create a vision for a testing ground for rollouts of new research in a long-term care or assisted care setting. And I'm hoping that you'll take a look at that particular project in the capital improvements plan and weigh in on it. Now is the time. And then the other item I wanted to point out to you, the other project, is a community correction center. I've just opted in my presentation to the Capital Improvement Committee this time to move forward the same project that had already been in the pipeline last year and that we'd already discussed for quite some time, and that is to move the Community Corrections Center design phase forward. Right now it's got a placeholder of $125,000, and I recommend that we continue moving along with our campus concept and addressing the jail and jail shipping issues with that project. And once you get through design, the design phase, you'll be able to identify what the cost of the facility will be, and I support moving forward on that. That's just 3 of many projects in this binder that you're going to find on the Portage County website under that Finance tab, under the proposed CIP plan for 2015 to 2020. I hope you'll take a look. You'll shape that plan. July 14th is an important date for a CIP meeting coming up at 5 p.m. So if you got a chance to take a look at this particular homework here in the binder, you can then have a chance to weigh in at that public meeting that is going to be held on July 14th. You can find out more at the county's website or give my office a call. That's it for news today. I would like to now turn to my esteemed guest, Tom Schrader. We've worked together a lot over the years. Even as I was county grant writer, we worked together on the Cash Playground project, which was fabulous.
Yeah, I think that people really enjoy that in the community too.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Director of Parks and Recreational Services.
Before we get going any farther,
I'm waiting for this one.
This is like a very special episode for you today. Did you know that?
I'm sure it is. I'm a little worried about Tom Schrader as my guest.
The staff here would like to give you a small present here. It's your 40th episode.
No way!
Yeah, so there you go.
I already feel older. No way! 40. I'm waiting for like the joke, Tom Schrader, because you're a Bears fan and you've been known to decorate my Green Bay Packer car. Because he knows I'm a fan. He's a
Bear fan.
Yeah, but you decorate it with Bear fan things when I get out of taping the show, and I'm like a little worried to go see my car after this.
You might not want to eat that today.
That's so neat.
That's your 40th episode.
Really?
You didn't know that, did you?
No.
No.
And it matches your shirt.
Yep, it does.
Which is the theme of today. It's the 4th of July.
4th of July.
Oh, Tom, thank you. And Sarah, thank you. Yep. And everybody else who helps to put the show together. Yeah. John Quark and oh my gosh.
That would be a good show next time with Sarah on how she does the show. Would be a good episode.
Interesting. I've already got a lineup related to first responders next time. And then we're going to do an after action of Farm Technology Days after that. But we will keep that one in mind for the future.
Maybe the 50th show would be
Maybe when we do the bloopers, we could do something at the front.
That would be good.
We were going to do a blooper show.
Okay.
At least I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Thank
Again,
you.
I love working with you. I think everybody can see that right now. I just think you're an amazing person, even if you are a Bears fan.
Wow.
You are an amazing person who does so much quietly, really, at least usually.
Usually. Try to.
In the show.
Yeah.
In the community. So we're going to talk about July 4th, we're going to talk about the 30th anniversary of a rendezvous, and I'd love to hear more from you about how many years have you been involved with it, and where did it all come from, and what's ahead of us here?
Yeah, actually, I've been involved all 30 years. So, and run at 29 of the 30s.
I don't have a cake for you, though.
Don't you?
No, I'm sorry, Tom.
It's kind of not really appreciated, am I?
I think you really are. That's great.
So, no, I mean, it started, there was the Freedom Days that used to be in the park prior to that. And then there was at one time the council was going to charge the JCs to be in the park, and something happened, and they ended up moving out to the Plover. And there was Freedom Fest. It was in Plover for a couple years. And so the city needed a festival, so they did, the first year it wasn't called Riverfront Rendezvous. I can't remember the name for sure. And then people liked it so much the next year, they said, we got to keep doing it, so they called it Riverfront Rendezvous. That's kind of how it got started.
It's a fabulous event. I can't make it every year, but boy, if I can't, I'm really disappointed that I can't for other family functions. But I have to say, I can't even imagine what it takes to pull that thing off. And I'd really think lots of folks that will get to view this show through the whole month of July, even after the rendezvous is over this year, will want to hear more about, how do you make it happen? So let's make sure that we give a few of the behind-the-scenes facts during during the show today, okay?
Right. Yeah, it's amazing because you think after 30 years everything just goes real smooth, but it never does. I mean, there's always something new that comes up every year. So we start booking the bands probably in November, December. We have 2 booking agencies, Event Resources and Eventures.
I always wondered how you did that. Now,
Yeah,
let's see, there's the brochure over here somewhere.
Brochure's right here.
Yeah.
So they'll start looking for the bands. We try to catch up and coming bands. One year we were lucky enough to catch Little Big Town. We booked them in December, and of course they had the #1 hit by the time they got here in July, the #1 country. So we were able to get them for a very good price. We also get bands that are at Summerfest. We get them in between traveling, so that saves some money.
It is just so much fun. I remember the Mummies so much
2
that I
years
just
ago.
enjoyed. Even the photos they are just treasured memories.
We tried getting them this year, but they were too close. They were already booked in Wausau, and there's always constituents about closeness and whatever, so we couldn't get, maybe next year.
So I see Lucas Nelson down on the main stage for Thursday, July 3rd, and I understand he's the son of Willie Nelson?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, well, I know there's certain restrictions about
Right.
things, but what people are able to say or not
Right.
say. But I learned that when I did a little extra homework preparing
That's
for the
good.
show.
I'm glad you prepared.
Interesting.
So, yeah,
Gosh.
the hardest part about setting up every year is just the fact that our staff turns over. Because we use our entire staff has to work that weekend, all the part-timers, most of the full-timers. When they're hired, they're told they have to work because we need them.
Ready. Just like our park staff
right.
in the county parks.
Yep.
You have to be ready to.
Right, so 50 of them, they all have to be there. And every year we have a new staff, so it's not the same group trying to set the tents and set the fence and try to set everything up, so.
Talk about how large your staff is. Just let's use that as a
We have
segue.
15 full-time and 50 part-time.
50?
Yep.
Wow.
So, and the 50 part-time.
And that's to serve all of your city parks
Correct.
and rec
Yep.
facilities,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, for the
So how many
summer.
is that now for the summer?
50.
So, yeah, how many parks?
Well,
So
we
I
have
don't know that
40
number.
parks, about 700 acres. And
Wow.
of that, about 150 is manicured or taken care of. The other 550 is natural.
And I can see the folks working the gardens and making our community beautiful.
Right, yeah,
you
because
know,
our
during the
forestry
year.
crew has the street trees, plus all the landscaping. The medians are all our department's responsibility too.
Wow,
So-
gee whiz, yeah, busy guy you are. For
So-
sure. So let's talk more about, and even sponsors, and how you pull this whole thing together.
Yeah, that's a key. We use some room tax money to help fund it, but our corporate sponsors are really keep it going there. And we have 5 major ones this year. And then there's
Let's go
one.
ahead and mention
Yeah, okay. We have Miller Lite, C.H. Robinson, Point Beer, Skyward, and Habish, and Davis. They're new this year. So.
Fabulous.
And then we have stage sponsors. I've got them highlighted, Aspirus.
Physical Therapy Associates, Century Insurance,
Aspirus Medical Groups.
American Family Insurance is another one. Anyway, WSAU, Rock 94.7, and
Quick Trip and Stevens Point Journal.
DZ,
Yep.
Fox, BioLife.
Without
There's
those,
great
it would be
folks.
very hard for the festival to happen.
Plus, the way the food vendorship, I'm making that word up,
Right.
the way the food vendorship works is pretty neat. So
Yeah,
that-
what we did there was unique years ago was each vendor can choose a product. Let's say a hamburger, the Moose Club. They're the only ones that can sell a hamburger. So the 10 vendors, I think we have about 60 or 70 different types of food being sold because of that. So that really makes the diversity of food down there.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
ever realize
Yeah, if you
that we
walk
didn't
each
have a
booth,
duplication. Oh, I
there's
didn't
no
get it.
duplications at all.
Well, of course, most of us are just so happy to be there to take a few extra hours
Right.
and see lots of
Right.
friends and family out.
Right.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's another big thing, as long as you're on food and beverages. The sale of the foods, the nonprofits, and there's a couple profit groups make to run their things like Boy Scouts, and they're all in there making it. And then the beer sales and soda sales come back to help run the festival. So the more you buy down there, the more it helps the festival continue to function and keep being free. You know, it's kind of depressing sometimes when people bring in big coolers and food, and because they're really not totally supporting the festival.
I hear you, I hear you. When we take a look at admissions then, just talk about some of the basics for anybody who isn't as familiar with the event.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I would not drag a cooler down there. It's just inconvenient to walk around. There's like
but you don't have to pay
Nope,
to come in the
it's all
door,
free.
or in the gate.
Right. And the main stage is usually national acts, so you're going to see a national act that you might have seen at Summerfest or you paid to see. And the side stages are more local acts. So,
Which is a blast.
Yep.
Down at Piffner Park, and you just basically spread across the whole
Yeah, the whole
whole
riverfront.
park. Yep.
One thing it's really nice down there is with the breeze off the river, even if it's hot in the city, it's always about 10 degrees cooler along the river. And the mosquitoes have never really been bad down there. I think there's so many people.
There's enough pickings.
Yeah. They just
Especially
trample
for
them
this
in.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about fireworks.
Fireworks.
Okay, how do you get them? And then who sets them off, and what kind of a plan do you need?
Yeah,
You gotta work
Five Star
with it.
Fireworks has been doing it for about the last 10 years. They've been a great company out of Oconomowoc. They actually launch them themselves. Years ago, we used to launch them with our own staff. But that got to be a real liability issue. They had to be trained. And then little by little, the new staff members that came on just didn't want to do it. And I understand completely. I didn't really like our staff doing it either because it's pretty dangerous launching the fireworks. So we contract that all out. It's all fenced off. Rudolph Fire Department provides backup on the west side because all of our trucks, of course, are on the east side just because of the number of people. We usually book the fireworks in January. And the fireworks company is generally happy with us because we always try to shoot our fireworks the last day of the festival. So most of the time it doesn't fall on the 4th, which the fireworks companies are happy because they don't have a large crew, and then when they're trying to shoot a number of fireworks all on the 4th.
And the fireworks are always great.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, certainly when Century did their 100-year,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more spectacular than that extra bonus fireworks. But every single year, this is truly a highlight of the year.
Another thing we encourage people, anybody can get in the boat parade. If you got a boat, light that thing up and be down at the Buco boat launch and be part of the parade. That really adds to the fireworks too.
And then there's the parade.
The parade.
Downtown parade.
Downtown, the Association of Downtown Businesses. I don't know what the new name is. They're back up and running now. But we're going to run it this year to keep it going. It's always on the 4th of July at noon. So sometimes it coincides with Riverfront and sometimes it doesn't. So I think there's going to be probably 60, 70 units again this year. So,
Yay.
and after the
Just a
parade,
great
come down to
celebration.
the park because it's open.
Great celebration.
Yeah.
So Tom, you know, we've got maybe another minute and a half on the show. What do you want, what would you like to tell folks about, you know, your own experiences with the Rendezvous?
Yeah.
What's the neatest thing for you?
Well, I've never had the experience because I'm always working it.
Yeah, but even from the working
Right.
standpoint.
Oh, it's fun. It's like a family reunion. You see people you haven't seen in a while, and they come back into town, and it's just fun to see people down there and enjoying themselves in the park, because that's what the park is for down there. The band shell is for people to come down in there, enjoy, sit out, have a good time. You know, get some burgers and some egg rolls or whatever, pizza or gyros, whatever you want, and get a soda. And if you want to have a beer, you could have a beer.
And as far as parking, anything else related to that you want folks to know?
No, I mean, the Mid-State lot will be back open. Last year that was
Oh,
closed
yes,
because it was
yeah.
all under construction. So,
That's
yeah.
right, I remember.
Yeah, so there'll be more parking this year around there. But it's tough because there's so many people that come to it. You just got to walk a little bit.
So how many more years are you going to do it, Tom?
I planned on making it all the way to the 50th or 60th anniversary. So,
Yeah? So you basically got your calendar
yeah.
blocked for the next...
I don't know, is 50 gold?
I don't know. So
Because I was
you're
figuring if
matching
I
your
made it
shirt
to
green
50,
for 30,
yeah, because 30
you said,
is
huh?
gold. If I get to 50, I figured the city would give me like gold bullions or something for doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
We'll
my
have to
hope.
make sure that,
Yeah.
that significant leaders of the city,
Sure.
of the future are
Right.
watching the show,
Because I
right?
didn't get anything for 30, so.
I don't know where you came up with green for 30. I guess y'all look
I
at a
Googled
website?
it, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Whatever
Right.
you find on Google is
Is-
right it, huh?
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how much of a joy it is to work with you.
Right.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And for all the staff, all the folks working the holiday for us.
I forgot to mention too,
Yeah,
the slogan, July is Parks and Recreation Month, and the slogan is out is in. So it's get out, don't stay in the
Yeah.
house, get out.
Of course, me being an outdoors woman
Mm-hmm.
for sure is all excited about that. I've got this T-shirt that says "Think outside."
Wow.
Just think outside. And so we're going to think outside and join you at the Rendezvous.
That sounds-
And for all of you that do this for us each year, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I can't thank the staff enough for all the effort and time they put in for Riverfront, getting it done.
Outstanding. I'll see you next time on Portage County Matters. We're going to talk about first responders and summer safety.